This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Monday, February 24th. I'm here with Al, Brandon, Lindsay, and I'm Tori. I like my panel full and fresh. Welcome, guys.
Basically, you're saying y'all missed me.
Yeah, kind of. Let's get right to it. Thousands of fans are gathering to remember and pay respects to Kobe Bryant and his daughter, Gianna. This is a live look outside of the Staples Center in Los Angeles where people are gathering. Thousands of people applied for tickets, more than 88,000 according to TMZ, but the center only holds around 20,000 people. The service is scheduled to start at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Now, we do have breaking news that TMZ is reporting. Remember, we're live. That's what we do here. Vanessa Bryant has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the helicopter company Island Express and the pilot who died in the crash. So that's coming from TMZ. Again, that's Vanessa Bryant, Kobe's wife. She has filed a wrongful death lawsuit, which we sort of expected in some ways. How do you feel?
As she should, but at the same time, today is the day a lot of us are going to put that legacy to Kobe Bryant. We're going to bury him and his daughter and the rest of the families today. I was just in LA this past weekend. All you see is 8 and 24 jerseys all over the place. You still see banners. You still see people
I hear murals
crying.
everywhere.
When I was flying from New York to LA, we were in the TSA line. This guy, he drank his drink so he can go through TSA, and then he shot and he missed. I go, nope, pick it back up. I was like, yell Kobe when you shoot it, and he goes Kobe, and he hit it, and everyone in line started clapping and all that.
Great.
It's going to be hard to put put that legacy to rest because there's always going to be some sort of Kobe anniversary. But at the same time, rest in peace, Mamba.
And I think the public had a hard time dealing with this for a long time, and so this is like a final public goodbye. I think he had tons of fans over in China and definitely all across the world. So I think that everyone's finally going to get to say goodbye, and it's just it's here. So.
Yeah. And if you don't know, the date is 2/24, which is her number, Gianna, and his number.
Right. Together.
May they rest. Well, we have more breaking news. The show is made for today. The verdict is in for the Harvey Weinstein trial. He's guilty. He was convicted of criminal sexual act in the first degree and rape in the third degree. But I need you to know he was acquitted on the 3 other charges against him. Here he is arriving for court today, where just moments ago the verdict was read, and it was reported he had no reaction, zero, to hearing the news. He is being ordered immediately into custody, which I think a lot of us wanted to have happen until his sentencing on March 11th. If you don't know, and this is important to you, he was handcuffed. I know that's not a big deal, or it might not seem like a big deal, but if you were a woman or a man that's been abused sexually, seeing the person get handcuffed can be a major moment for you of having some closure and that justice was done.
It's a culmination, Tori. And I mean, for these, when you think about all the statements that they've given, all the depositions that they've had, and it's finally here to see this man get his justice, even though it might not be the justice that everybody wants. I think everybody wanted a full sweep in terms of the guilty verdict, but that's not how our court system works all the time. But it does look like he will serve a significant amount of time, and this isn't his only trial, correct?
Correct. So if you guys don't know, he won't be up for a life sentence for this trial because the major, severe charges, he was acquitted. Apparently, someone on the jury didn't believe one of the witnesses, just straight out didn't believe them. So remember, though, that it now goes to Los Angeles. He has 4 charges up against him in LA, but a little disappointing. Do you agree?
I think that the alternative would have been that it was a hung jury, and they went to the judge, as we talked about last week, and said, hey, we're not sure on all these charges. I think that maybe some of them were overreaches and they couldn't prove them for certain people in the jury, but I'm happy that they came to a conclusion because I would hate to see these women and people have to go through this motion all over again and retestify and tell those same stories that we already, as viewers, found so horrific.
That's true. So it won't be light, but he is up to 25 years in prison with these charges now. So
good start.
It is a good start. So we got the ball rolling on that. Well, guess who's back in court? It was a chaotic scene. Oh my Lord. Jussie Smollett, or as Brandon calls him, Juicy Smollett, arrived at a Chicago courtroom this morning. He was flanked by, of course, his entourage, but arrived with his head held high, as he always does that special perp walk, in a pair of dark sunglasses. He also came face to face with the 2 Nigerian brothers, who we were all wondering where they went. They say they are prepared to testify for either side. Good Lord.
Wow.
Jussie pled not guilty to 6 new felony counts of lying to cops about an alleged hate crime attack, which many think is staged. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. What's going on?
I mean, it's funny, but he's facing felony charges, like you said, so he can get 1 to 3 years if worst comes to worst. Now, do I think the man needs to go to prison for what he allegedly did? I don't know, but he definitely should pay back all the fines.
You don't think he should go to prison?
I think he should pay back all the fines that he wasted. I don't know what they're going to accomplish by throwing him in
But
jail.
what about the damage that he's done to future people that have really had hate crimes perpetrated upon them? I think he's done more to kind of weaken all those cases at the knees.
But 3 years in prison, I just don't know what we're going to gather from that, right? We obviously, if he did this allegedly, then he's a fool, but he should pay back the $500,000 that they would be asking him for.
But he doubles
and he has a civil case.
He keeps doubling down. That cost Chicago some humiliation.
Remember the little girl who fake kidnapped herself, and then we had all the celebrities come out. She just walked away with no crime, no charges. So shouldn't she get more time than
she's a kid.
Smollett?
We can't. Well, she's a kid. This is a grown man. I'm just trying to help not throw him in jail for 3 years. But I think that he should get in trouble, not just a slap on the wrist, but the 3 years portion of it is just like, what are we going to accomplish by putting him in jail? There are people that should really be in jail.
All right, I want to know from the DBL Nation. Write me in 1 to 3 years if you think Jussie Smollett should be in there. You're saying really no jail time. I want to hear from the DBL Nation on this. Facebook, YouTube me. I want to hear.
I think he's got to serve some time.
I think he does too.
You got to serve
just for
some
Chicago's
time.
pride. All right, it was a big weekend in election 2020 news. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders easily won the Nevada caucus, cementing his lead as the Democratic frontrunner. Meantime, Mayor Pete Buttigieg had a very, very touching moment at a campaign stop where in Colorado, a 9-year-old asked for Pete's help coming out and being so brave. Watch.
I don't think you need a lot of advice from me on bravery. You seem pretty strong. And to see you willing to come to terms with who you are in a room full of 1,000 people, thousands of people you've never met, that's really something.
Finally, the battle of the billionaires continues as Bloomberg has taken to trolling Trump with billboards. Ready? This one is on the Vegas Strip reading, Donald Trump cheats at golf. This is real, by the way.
I go to that Walgreens all the time.
I'm happy. That's a great part of the story, Al. Another sign reads, Donald Trump's wall fell over. And finally, my favorite, Donald Trump eats burnt steak. Mike Bloomberg, I'm not kidding, Mike Bloomberg likes his medium rare. So now we're just cavemen fighting about the meat we cook. Well, we are
welcome
so
to
devolved.
2020.
Is it just me, though? Or did everyone get bombarded by Bloomberg ads specifically in the last week? It's just like every time I log onto a website, every time I'm on YouTube, whatever it is, it's like constant Bloomberg.
Guess what that's called? Quantity over quality.
Right, and he spent $460 million on campaign dollars already, and that's 10 times, for comparison, Bernie Sanders. Yeah. So he's really throwing it in our faces, but the thing is, can he buy people's memory of things that he did in the past? Can he buy this election? And some people are really frustrated about that.
I don't even think he's in it to win it. I just think he's in there to throw some sort of thorn in Trump's side and to troll, because if you think about it, he's not even on the ballot for that Nevada caucus.
Nevada. Yep.
Okay, there we go. I need 460 million for speech classes. But he's not even on that ballot. So this is just, I just see him as someone who's just out there to troll and be like, hey, I can do this as well. Let me throw some smoke and mirrors. But then at the same time, you see Bernie Sanders and these guys going at it with actual policies.
I think he's in it to win, and I think it's a strategy of wait till the very end because people have no memory or attention span, and just throw money and do it where there are black voters, because it's important. In South Carolina will be the first time we see an actual multicultural group.
And he has a combo that Steyer didn't, right? Steyer's also a billionaire, but nobody cared. So he also, you have to remember that it's not all money, because Steyer threw millions at it and nothing worked. So you have to remember that it's also name recognition plus money is a good combo for getting attention.
Isn't it crazy that you could be a billionaire and people still laugh at you?
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to laugh at Steyer. I'm just saying.
You have no idea.
That is tricky.
I would be Prince Akeem in it every day.
Before we go, I do want to just give a shout out to Barbara Smith. She is a model turned restaurateur and lifestyle guru. She passed away from Alzheimer's and complications. She was 70. She was a brilliant Martha Stewart plus Oprah had a baby. That's B. Smith. So we want to give her a big shout out. She was denied access to the American Homemakers Association because she was black. So she came up with her own line, and that led to a legacy.
She also is on the forefront of Alzheimer's, which is particularly in the black community, doesn't have enough answers for us. So she's really just did her part to make it well known.
Well said.
Well said. Well, DBL, we are live, as you can see, and coming up, Lindsay sits down with some Impractical Jokers. It's her favorite show ever. And
it really is.
The craziest stunts they've pulled. Don't miss chatting with the stars. And he's the unlikely fill-in during a pro hockey game. A Zamboni driver. He saved the day. Next.
This is a lot.
Hi there, DBL Nation. Happy Monday. Thanks for joining us today. Kelly Schuberth here with the DBL Digital team. I think we're going to go to the desk and continue the conversation.
Videos where we talk about the Zamboni guy and Kim McDonald.
So right now, Chris is prepping them on the next block. So kind of behind the scenes, Chris is our broadcast EP, so he's kind of giving them a rundown of what's going to come up next. Lindsay, I got to continue to talk to you about Jussie.
Okay.
You do not think he needs to serve any jail time? I agree with you.
I just want to tell you, what does debt do to people? Now I'm talking
It'll
about.
teach him a lesson, baby.
Exactly. Now I'm coming from a person who had 20 grand of debt and got really stressed out. Imagine 500 grand of debt. That man don't make that much.
But then he'll never pay it.
I thought they were
Pay it. It's like if you had to, God forbid, you had to go to the hospital and they sent you a bill for $2 million. You'd be like, all right, well, let's go get something to eat because I can't pay it. I think that's the way he's going to do. I mean,
What if you make him like volunteer on hate crime organizations or do stuff like?
Jail and
How long in
I don't care
jail?
how long. Even a couple months.
job, Michael Dean, getting it all in there.
In there and see what it's
So
like.
you think he needs to be in jail longer than Felicity Huffman?
Dude, that's a great
And that's a good point. You do?
That was thought-provoking, though, but I do like that.
yeah, and I mean, just the single-digit jail sentences that a lot of that Felicity got, or what was it, 11 days, 9 days. I think it would have been better if she didn't get any jail time, because the 9 days, I feel like, really just show people, almost like with the pardoning, it's like if you're gonna cheat but you're using $500,000, $500 million, it's looked at almost better than if you robbed a liquor store for $600.
Yeah, it's cleaner somehow.
If you robbed a liquor store for $600, you could go away for 8 years.
Totally true.
But if you try and get $600,000, it's
like
not looked at. They
glossy.
call it a white collar crime.
Right.
It almost sounds glamorous.
Right. People wrote in, just so you know, people said, Al's right, this is Ray's vibe. 3 years, he'll get out in 1.5. XOOX says, I don't think he deserves time, and if he does, then 14 days.
Yeah.
You guys,
I see that.
a whole city is humiliated. They're not going to let them.
So that's because the ego. You're not supposed to. It's not a personal offense.
He didn't rob anyone.
Because he dropped. They shouldn't have dropped the case the first time. It's not his fault.
DBL Nation, let us know your DBL take. Bye now.
Okay. Welcome back to DBL. It's a story straight out of a movie. A professional hockey team is down 2 goalies. They're desperate for backup. Who do they call?
Me?
Ghostbusters.
Okay. Wow, thanks,
That was
guys.
quick.
That was horrible. Meet 42-year-old David Ayers. By day, David is a Zamboni driver. But this weekend, he was literally pulled from the crowd in the seats to save the day. So if your backup is a regular guy, you're hoping he can just survive the game, right? Well, get this. David stopped 8 out of 10 shots and made a save at the buzzer, sealing a win for the Hurricanes. Check out his reaction after the game.
I had a couple text messages that told me, hey, get in there, and I hadn't seen the footage. I was in the media room kind of by myself, and the guy comes in and get going, so get ready, and walk down the tunnel, and it was wild. It was pretty fun. I thought I wasn't going to be nervous if it ever happened, but I was nervous for the whole second period. As you could tell, I couldn't stop a puck if I had to in the second, but I told the boys, when I come out in the third, I'll be ready to go.
Okay, so this guy is incredible. He had a kidney transplant 15 years ago.
Wow.
And what's even more incredible, if you're down 2 goalies, you go to like your safety, and it could be anyone. He's the Zamboni driver.
He was working. What would happen if he was working? They get the guy delivering peanuts? I think, honestly, this is the beginning, mark my words, of a movie script. I mean, how
It's
great.
been done before.
But
It's called Invincible with Mark Wahlberg.
But this is real life, and this is present day. They were just holding open trials, and he could actually play. This is a guy that was like literally just hanging out at the stadium in jeans and loafers.
If you are on that other team, you're fired. Turn in your jersey. You're
That's a
gonna
good
let a
point.
Zamboni. I'm a professional athlete. If I was on the field and I saw some janitor come out there with cleats and an ugly stance trying to guard me, I'm going to score on him all game. You
Well, he
can't
was good
shoot a
enough
shot
not to.
against a Zambuca maker or a Zamboni driver.
Zambuca maker. That sounds like a
Wow.
bartender.
Zambuca
No.
maker. Wow. Let's leave it
Zamboni.
at that. Let's leave it at
Okay.
not telling what it is.
Okay.
It's Zambuca. It's right. You're right. Now, if that warmed your heart, wait till you see this. It's a high school basketball game in North Dakota. So a player with Down syndrome takes the court in the final seconds. So he misses his shot, but a player on the opposing team gives the ball back. He gets another shot at glory just in time. I mean, come on.
Tori, I'm gonna tell you this. I am not surprised because if you look at the first shot, even though it didn't hit rim, it's right on line. It's right on line.
He's really good.
And I think a lot of people, look at this and they're like, wow, what luck he hit that shot. I guarantee you, this kid shoots around with that team every single day.
Totally.
And he was ready. He didn't look nervous. He called for that ball and knocked it down. Well
and
done.
good on the other team, too. Now, rounding third with all these sports stories, there was a new champ at Ole Miss over the weekend. 84-year-old Mary Ann Wakefield. She achieved the impossible at a basketball game. She sank an epic full-court shot. Hold on. Talk about a hole-in-one. No, it is a hole-in-one.
She won.
That shark is terrifying. Mary Ann looks about as stunned as anyone else, probably because sinking that shot won her a brand new car, leaving everyone else on the putting green with envy.
I think everybody was happy for it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Can we just talk about how rigged that game is?
No. What do you think is a magnet on there?
Shark.
That's almost impossible. I'm glad she hit that. That bitch, they had to go buy one. They probably never thought somebody was going to get it.
I thought I was the only one at these games that gets really excited about the entertainment in the middle. This is the part that I really love. Like, forget the game.
I like it when the mascot does a jump on the trampoline and I've done it. You know what I mean?
I wonder who's inside of there. Like, I always think it's a professional athlete, but
there
I've been told
are
no.
strong athletic people in
Yeah, they're like gymnasts.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
All right,
Okay.
slow down.
All right, easy go.
All right.
Coming up on DBL, the Impractical Jokers are hitting the big screen. Lindsay sits down with the tricksters to see what they have up their sleeve. Next in Chatting with the Stars.
February is Black History Month, and DBL is honoring Black leaders who paved a way for future generations of Americans. Jocelyn Elders. Not only is she the first Black United States Surgeon General and the second woman to hold the position, Jocelyn is the first person from Arkansas to be certified in pediatric endocrinology. Currently, she's a professor at the University of Arkansas and an advocate for the legalization of marijuana.
We start with an update on the coronavirus today. There has been a massive spike in the virus, and we're seeing it spread now to places like Europe. South Korea now has the most cases of the virus outside of China, but it's also hitting Italy, with many places locked down there today. Now, I just checked, and the death toll now stands at more than 2,600, with more than 79,000 people sick globally. Now, I'll let you know if I get any new information. Now take a look at this. A 62-year-old former Marine just set the world record for the longest plank. Now, I bet if I tried to plank, I could do it for less than a minute. But hey, George Hood did it for more than 8 hours. Guinness World Records confirmed he hit the new plank record at 8 hours, 15 minutes, and 15 seconds. DBL Nation, let us know how long you think you can hold a plank. This has been Fast Blast for you. Did you know that we're live during the breaks every hour on our show? Just go to Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, and I'll be there to keep you updated on all the breaking news and developing stories. I'll see you then.
I'm the building security manager.
Excuse yourself and then go downstairs and play basketball.
I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure, no worries.
Security really sucks around here.
You good?
Yeah, security really sucks. I was able just to go down there and shoot hoops.
Welcome back to DBL. They've pulled some of the most outrageous dares and stunts on TV. And now the Impractical Jokers are on the big screen. I sat down with them in today's Chatting with the Stars. I'm from New York, so please show me some love. So today we're chatting with the Impractical Jokers. Guys, thank you so much for joining Daily Blast Live.
Thank you so much.
How are you? Thanks for having us.
So I'm a huge fan, and you guys have inspired me, and I want to prank my co-hosts. So you're the experts. Tell me, what's the perfect prank for a beginner like me?
Oh, rat poison in the coffee.
No.
That's going hard very fast.
that's like week 2.
I would dial it back. Rat poison in a sandwich.
Yeah.
They wait till lunch to eat the sandwich. The coffee, they're gonna get poisoned first thing in the morning.
You gotta slow roll this. Slow roll these
You
things.
want to watch them over the day, knowing that they're about to eat.
And also, if they eat it versus drink it, it's only manslaughter.
Right.
Wow, so I can just worry about the charges a little less. Okay, cool. So, James, I have to ask you. I have to ask you, James, how awkward was it when they put you in a room with your childhood crush, Danica McKellar, from Wonder Years? I mean, that was the funniest end of show punishment because you were like frozen.
I did not expect to ever meet her in my life, nor with my nipples out at the time. And up until the movie, that was the most embarrassing moment of my life.
Your jaw dropped in a way that it wasn't even attached.
It's so good for you to be here today.
So a great prank was when you made Murr a parking lot attendant and had him build a jigsaw puzzle before he could let any cars leave.
Hang tight, dude. Hang tight.
I'm gonna knock the puzzle off there in 1 second.
Yes! So what's the angriest that a bystander has ever gotten with you guys? Because I've seen people get pretty mad.
I think one of the top moments was when I was stealing baseballs that were signed by Noah Syndergaard of the New York Mets and thrown into the crowd, and I kept stealing all of them. I borrowed a woman's baby to get one, promising her she would get a ball.
Did you want to get her a ball? Yeah, come here. I mean, I know him. Yeah.
Get a little girl.
Pretend you're my daughter.
And then I just gave the baby back and kept the ball.
Run, Greg, get out of there.
See, look, it's signed to him and everything. Thank you.
And she got mad in a way we had not seen in a long time.
You cannot do that. Give me the ball. That's wrong.
This one?
I love when you guys pretend to be experts on a topic, making like absolutely no sense. Somehow people still believe the crazy things you say. Are you ever surprised about how easily people accept what's coming out of your mouth?
You mentioned you're a fan. This movie is made for you, Lindsay.
We actually were able to infiltrate a huge seminar that was going on with 600 people, and we made Q an expert on social media. Yeah. And he was no expert.
No expert. And then I go to play a video showing how you could be a social media expert. And what they had done is they had shot a adult movie with my parents, and that starts playing on the screen. That's a little spoiler for you.
I like the first 3 lines of every stereotypical adult movie.
Yeah.
They were naturals at it.
Shut up.
I want to try these pranks on my friends so bad. I want to throw water in their face at a random deli. I want to do all the things that you guys do. Thank you so much for chatting with us. And Sal, my co-host Al Jackson tells me to tell you what's up.
Oh man, Al is the best. He's doing a good job out there, man. He's so entertaining. He's so funny too. We almost had him on our cruise, but I think he had a conflict. But please tell Al that I miss him.
He said you guys got to check us out when you're in Denver and come visit the set.
1,000,000%.
Yes, we're locking you in. Thanks, guys.
For sure.
That's literally my favorite show. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Hey guys, welcome back to Beauty Blast. I'm Jeray Banks, or you can find me at Jeray for the Slay on any social media platform. Today, I'm giving you guys a red light beauty tip. These are quick tips to make sure that you can slay in a pinch. So let's go ahead and get right to it. This week's red light beauty tip is buying 2 concealers instead of 1. Now this is great because you always want to be able to make sure that you're able to touch up on the go. Now 2 concealers because we want 1 shade brightening our under eye. Typically you want to lean towards more of a pink undertone concealer or peachy finish for this, or you want a concealer that matches your complexion. These are going to be great for on-the-go touch-ups. Now, a lot of the time you can buy 2 different ones, or you can buy a single individual concealer pack. My holy grail favorite is the MAC Studio Pro Studio Fix Concealer Palettes. Those guys are going to be able to conceal and correct for an 8-hour finish that lasts through the day. And if you're needing to work makeup more than 8 hours, then come talk to your boy, because we can go look into some ingredients, okay? Now, with that being said, you want these 2 different concealers for so many different reasons. Just think about it. After a long day at work, you don't look the same as you did at 8 a.m., honey. So, might as well go ahead and touch up that under eye for a quick happy hour finish, or for a quick look on the go for happy hour. And then another reason, let's just think about it. Allergies are upon us in that sickly time of the year where everyone has a cold, and you're sniffling. Your nose is constantly looking kind of red. Therefore, you might as well pick up that concealer that matches your complexion and touch up for your right around your nose. Now, for your under eye, we all have leaky eyes sometimes, so brightening and keeping that brightening concealer is going to be great for on the go once again. Now, if you guys have more beauty questions, make sure you write in @Jure for this lay on all social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'll meet you there, all right, guys? We'll talk to you next time.
With the spread of the coronavirus comes the spread of something else, misinformation. But some of the biggest names in social media are trying to fight back. Let's connect the dots. There have been plenty of strange claims about the coronavirus on social media. Everything from conspiracy theories about where it came from to bizarre cures that could probably kill you. To stop the spread, Facebook says it's doing proactive sweeps to remove fake information and is offering free advertising for health organizations that want to post educational information. On Instagram, which is owned by Facebook, if you click on a coronavirus hashtag, you'll get a notice linking you to the official Centers for Disease Control website. YouTube doing its part as well. If you search coronavirus on the site, the first result is a link to the World Health Organization, and the top videos are all from legitimate news organizations. And that is Connecting the Dots.
The winner of a Sandals Resorts luxury included Caribbean vacation will be announced February 26th on Daily Blast Live. Make sure to watch.
Everybody. We do want to mention this before we go. Katherine Johnson, one of the wonderful NASA mathematicians depicted in the hit film Hidden Figures, died today at the age of 101. If you didn't know, she basically led the math to figure out the flight path to the first outing in space and to the first man on the moon. Never really got the recognition she deserved. She is now, and we hope she's up there enjoying herself.
And she lived a long life. We learned about all the women in NASA. At least I did when I watched Hidden Figures. So I think that was such an important movie when Taraji played her. And, you know, we saw that film. So I think if you don't know who she was, you should look her up because she really blazed the way for so many people.
Right, and I just saw her in a commercial yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes, it's really cool.
May you rest in power. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow.